Hello guys, welcome to Slow Hustle. Here I review business opportunity. I talk about businesses both online and offline and how we can make money through legitimate business. So let's head into our video. Alright, here I'll be explaining some lucrative businesses to you that you can go into and what you need to put in place before you actually go into them, because it is very important. You don't just jump into business. Now we are going to check the basic step that we need to follow to solve whichever or to do whichever of the business that's listed here on our list. Now let's get started. The first one is starting a tutorial. Now before you go into starting a tutorial, you need to consider some things, and one of the first thing is the visibility study. Before we talk more on the visibility study, I would like to make some few points about what a tutorial is, for the sake of those that don't have a good background knowledge about it. So owning a tutorial center owning a tutorial center is a profitable business in Nigeria. Okay, education is one of the fastest growing sector in Nigeria, and as such the demand for it is high. All students and parents want success in different examinations they write. This is one of the reasons why a daycare center is also a lucrative business. Establishing a public tutorial center plays an important role to help the student prepare for tests and ensure that this student passes with flying colors. Many students also get enrolled in these coaching centers to crack the entrance test and get admission to reputed institutions. There's an ever-growing prestige and pride that many Nigerians and Africans attach with being called undergraduates and ultimately in the serving their fatherland. So for all these reasons, everybody wants their children to excel, okay? Be it in whichever exam, be it in JAMB, WAEC or NECO. Now if you are going to start a tutorial center, the first thing you need to do is feasibility study, as it is shown on our screen right here. Under the feasibility study, what you need to do is ask around, get to those who are already in the business and interview them. Therefore, in your research or survey, decide on the age group of students you will tutor. This could be primary school kids, secondary school kids, or older people. Also find out areas where the business will likely have more influx of students. Decide on subjects to be taught. That is the next line, okay? Before starting a tutorial center, you have to decide on the subjects that will be taught in the center. The higher your educational qualification, the higher the level you will be able to teach, and also the more amount of money you can charge. The best option is to do a little bit of research to find out what subjects are in demand in your locality. I have a friend, for example, that runs a tutorial center and is very profitable in it. He has been doing it over the years and he makes 6 figures yearly. Okay, even if it's not monthly, he makes tangible money yearly, because basically they run like 4 subjects: the chemistry, physics, maths, English. That's what they started with. Now they've incorporated other line of discipline into it, like maybe taking the art class and other classes. Okay, so it is very important we decide on subjects to be taught depending on our own skills. Okay, now let's move on to the next thing. The next thing is location. Decide on where to locate your business, in your house or a hired place. Get a good public accessible location. Okay, you don't want to situate your own lesson center in a very far place that is not within the reach of people that actually need it. So you must be very careful when choosing your location. This could be school environment. Some people use school classroom, okay, popular bus stops or bus terminals. Make sure that the center is located in any central place, preferably a nice complex in the town or city. Okay, so these are things you need to put into consideration before you locate or you choose a place to hold your lesson center. The next point is proper infrastructure. The coaching center must have proper infrastructure and enough space. The infrastructure can also be in the form of study materials like books and copies. The seating arrangement also fall under proper infrastructure. The facilities to the students must be provided adequately. Okay, you don't want to put 7 students on a small chair or on a small wooden bench, and in this time of corona and everything, you must put it into consideration to have enough space so you don't take too much students. Okay, because their well-being is very, very important. Now the next point we are moving on to is approval. Get necessary permits from concerned homes, government, or controlling the trade unions. Okay, at some point, people living around you might complain that your lesson is making too much noise, that you should do this or do that, and things like that. So you must put all this into consideration. Okay, the next point is resources. You have to get hold of the right curriculum. Test papers of previous papers along with other materials such as textbooks, study guides, lesson, lecture notes, writing board, calculators, pens, and the likes. Okay, you must have all of the resources needed, even whiteboard or what is it called, or marker board, to make writing easier. You don't want to use chalkboard in this 2020. Okay, buying second-hand books will be cheaper than buying new books or study materials. Get hold of fixed assets, equipment like computer system, generator, furniture, etc. So we've mentioned all of this in the resources. The next point we are going to talk about is hire competent staff. Now, in starting your lesson center, you yourself must partake in it. There's no way you can start up a business and you leave 100% of the running to another person. Even if you are taking the administrative role of it, like issuing out the card or taking payment and stuff like that, it will be very, very helpful if you also teach a subject there. Okay, teach an important subject. So the amount of work you put in will determine what the others that you hire put in. Okay, you have to be careful before you hire tutors for your center. In selecting your tutors, please focus on abilities and not only mere certificates. It is noticed that some graduates with good certificates will not have the ability or passion to teach, and as such cannot deliver as you want. Competent staff is one of the vital things that you have to consider for the successful functioning of the business. A competent tutor means hiring someone who is proficient in the subject and also meets the requirements of the students. Okay, qualities like good teamwork, patience, enthusiasm, humility, and self-restraint, reliability, and availability are all important. You don't want to hire a tutor that won't be around for the most of the days. Okay, the last point we are going to talk about is marketing. Of course, after you start everything and have all the points, you need to market your tutorial. Okay, you need to market what you are offering to people that really need the service, so you can have more students. So advertise your service in places where parents or clients frequent. Primary school kids at school gate, and seek for school administrators collaboration, just like laundry service business. Marketing, your techniques must be very strong. Okay, when you're marketing, when you are opening a coaching center, you must make sure that you do the marketing of the coaching center properly. Marketing helps in bringing more and more customers to the new coaching center. Therefore, the marketing strategy of the coaching must be very eye-catching. Okay, have a good hand banner and things like that. You can promote your website or profile of coaching center through banner advertisement and many other options. Although you have to determine or make plans on how much you want to charge also. Okay, the tuition fees, you must make plan on all of that. Okay, so before you start your coaching business or coaching career or coaching center, you must put all of these points into consideration so you can start and run a successful tutorial center. Now we are moving on to the second point, which is catering. Okay, that is what we are going to talk about right now. So I understand that we all know about catering already, just that we need to put some few points into consideration before we start our catering business. So let's scroll down and start, and let's check on the points we have on it right here. Okay, so in starting your catering service, the first point you need to consider is research the marketplace. The first step in launching a catering company is to check out who else is offering a catering service in the area that you want to situate yours. Check out your competitors' menu, their list of services, prices, and customers. Visit their website and see if you can quickly find their unique selling benefits. You might think that successful caterer sells food, but you do be wrong. Sure, you start with your food, but why should customers buy that food from you instead of somewhere else? People who buy catering can get food from a wide variety of local providers. Okay, you have many options that you can go into. When they shop for catering, they look for more than just food. They look for benefit. To be a successful caterer, you need to sell convenience. Okay, you need to sell convenience, affordability, unique menus, or corporate style or white glove service. If you are looking to do in-home catering for private parties, contact your friends with a short survey. Ask if they use catering services. Ask them to tell you why they hired certain caterers, what they liked about the providers, and what they will look for in the next caterer. Okay, stuff like this are very, very important. So do your research. It is very important. Do not underestimate what or the kind of sources that is attributed to proper research before starting whichever business. The next point is identify potential customers. Contact your peers in the business community to find out what their companies look for in caterers to help you determine what your potential customers want. If you don't have potential contacts who can help you, cold call a few potential customers. Let them know you are not selling what they would like caterers to offer, but be sure to take time to find the appropriate person to each company to contact. Otherwise, you are likely to get brushed off. Okay, you can just drop message for them for a cold call and they will just neglect it. This will help you gather information about the services that corporate customers want beyond food, such as setup, takedown, staffing, a bar, etc. You can learn how this business budget for catering and how often they use catering. These interviews or email exchange will help you launch your business with a benefit or benefits your customers will want instead of ones you think they will want. Everyone will love my dream some cars. Okay, so that is the second point. Identify potential customers, and we've talked about ways you can reach out to them. The next point is choose your niche. You might think you should start with your catering concept and research how to start your business from there, but you are assuming people will like your idea and want to pay for it. Starting with marketplace and customer research will be better. It will help you decide what type of catering you should offer. Once you know who your potential customers are, what they want, and what your price range will probably be, you can decide what you think you should offer to attract enough customers to make a profit. Okay, so this is very important also. The next point is brush up on all small business basics, because you need like a guide to follow. Brush up on all small basics or on all small business basics. No matter the type of small business someone starts, entrepreneurs have a number of common startup tasks to perform. This includes getting a business permit from your town or city, getting a post office box, setting up a website and email address, looking into setting up a corporation, and buying liability insurance. You will need to check with your town to see if your business will meet any zoning requirement and check your home owners. Okay, so that you don't situate your business in a bad area whereby you get complaints from people all the time. The next step is run some numbers. Okay, run some numbers to determine what it will cost to start a catering business and what it will cost to run into it once you are open for business. Create a budget. Okay, when you create a budget, you know how much it is going to cost you. In creating a budget, you put so many things into consideration. Plan it carefully. Write down things that you think you need, and also have it in mind to put some amount aside for miscellaneous. Okay, and plan for the unknown. The next point is write a business plan. You'll be much more likely to succeed with a catering business if you answer all of the questions related to your venture before you start, instead of trying to address them as they arise. A written business plan is not a difficult document to create if you work on it one piece at a time. don't reinvent the wheel. Just follow the step, okay? Don't reinvent the wheel. The wheel has been invented already. Just follow how it works, and it will save you so much stress and hassle in the process. The next point is take your time. Researching to start a catering business doesn't mean you have to commit to doing it. Starting a business plan doesn't cost you a dime or force you to launch a company. If you divide your research and planning into bit-sized chunks you handle over the course of several months, you will get a much better feel for what it takes to start your dream business. Yes, you can do most of your research in a week or so, but you really don't need to move that quickly. Don't stress yourself out thinking you need to create your business plan in 30 days or less. Set multiple deadlines to finish each section of your business plan, or you might never get started or finish. But don't set just one end date with no roadmap to get there. Work on your plan. When you are excited and interested in doing the work, you will be surprised at how soon you can determine what it will take to launch your catering business. Okay, so it is important we put all of these points into consideration. Now let's move on to the next. Okay, the next is mini importation business. Okay, mini importation business. For this, we don't really need much. One part of the things we need to consider is customer that we are going to sell to. Once we are able to figure out the customers we are going to sell to and how we are going to advertise to them, then the other things we need to get started is a computer. Okay, mini importation business is pure online hustling. Okay, so you are going to get stores online, and to get stores online you need to access the internet. To access the internet you need an electronic device that is capable of doing such. Okay, and the first thing you need is a computer. If you have a computer, be it a desktop, a laptop, or a phone, you need internet access on it. Okay, so you must have plan for internet access. Okay, you need a valid email address, because during the course of importing product and stuff like that, you'll be needing an email to sign up to a site, and you'll be getting updates in your email also, so you need a valid and working email address. The next thing is traceable physical or home office address. In mini importation or normal importation, be it in small or large scale, you need an address where they can deliver your products to. So if you don't want to order products and just put whichever address, okay, so you must put your own address. So your address must be very easy to locate, and a working phone number will be very necessary, because when your product is delivered to, let's say if you are using DHL or AMS, if your product is being delivered to their headquarters or their branch that is near your location, your phone number will be very vital. So have a good phone number that is always available, so they can ring you on it and tell you about the arrival of your package, so you can reach them to get that. So mini importation is a very small one, so it doesn't take too much time. The next one we are moving into is the poultry. Okay, and poultry is a very good stuff to start, because it is very, very awesome, and it will give you a good return. Now let's check on, okay, sorry, I think I scrolled down too much. Okay, awesome. So let's start from number one as usual, which is investment. A poultry farm can be easy and hard at the same time. As with any business, getting started will require an initial investment. If you already have money set aside, you will be able to begin or be ready to begin. If not, you will need to apply for a loan at your local credit union or bank. Some lenders offer specific loan for starting a new poultry farming business. Getting started shouldn't cost a lot of money if you plan accordingly. Next point on it is type of production. Before you start buying anything to get your farm started, it is important to determine the type of poultry farm you want. For example, raising broilers chickens can be great for meat production and producing eggs to sell. Think about your target market before you choose what type of poultry products you want to sell the most. The next thing is select farm location. The location you choose to run your farm is crucial for success. The location you choose need to have everything needed to run your business. Some people decide to run their chicken farm on their own property. This can be great because it cuts down on your initial investment cost and allows you to keep a constant eye over your farm. If you set up your farm too far from where you live, it may be difficult to find time to keep up with everything. Additionally, avoid setting up your farm in residential areas. Poultry farm can create a lot of offensive odors to your neighbors, and your neighbors may not approve of. Okay, so your farm must be a bit distant from residential areas, so you don't run into issues of you getting reported to the authorities every now and then. The next thing is construct your farm facilities. Once you have the location picked out, you will need to construct a solid house and grazing area for your birds. There are three basic types of poultry housing system you can choose from: the intensive, extensive, and semi-intensive. If you are running a poultry farm for commercial production, the most convenient option is an intensive system because it allows you to raise your bird in a cage system or on the floor. If you choose broiler poultry, they will need just under 3 square feet of space each. Do not forget that your birds will also need the proper lighting and ventilation in their housing. The next point is gather necessary equipment. There's a lot of necessary equipment you will need to purchase in order to run your poultry farm effectively. Below at some point we have the waterers, the feeders, the cages, nests, incubators, egg trays. We have perches, lighting instruments, we have coops, we have crates, heater or brooders, we have waste disposal system and ventilation system. All of these are very, very important to growing your your poultry, because if your poultry farm is very dirty and it's not neat, this might affect the chicken's health. Okay, the next point is farm hand. Depending on how big a poultry farm you want to run, you will most likely need to hire some people to help you run it. When you are first starting out, you will mostly likely have a small number of birds that you can manage by yourself very easily. As time goes by, you can determine whether or not you will need help as you grow your business. Before you decide to grow your business, ensure there is a cheap labor available near your farming area that will make growth possible. The next is purchase chickens. Okay, at least you want to go into chicken farming or poultry. After you have the housing and everything, you need to purchase the chicken. Your next step is setting up your poultry farm is to buy your chickens. Be sure you choose a trusted breeder to buy your chicken from. As a new poultry farm, it is best to start with day-old chicken instead of older chickens. For those with no experience in raising chicken, it is best to start with a small number and work your way up. Okay, the next point is learning to feed your chicken and caring for them. You will not be able to make money if you can't properly feed your chicken to create good meat or usable eggs to sell. Most of the farming expenses will go towards feeding your chickens. Most feed stores will offer poultry feed for the type of chicken you are raising. You will also need to ensure your chickens stay free of any diseases. Poultry birds are more prone to disease, okay, and you need to be prepared for a possible outbreak. Keep your birds vaccinated and also keep fresh food and water in their housing. The last point is marketing. Of course, after you might have bred your chicken to a table size or to a size that you can actually slaughter or convert to meat. Okay, I think it's more polite that you convert to meat. The next point is you need is marketing them. Okay, you don't want to keep them until they start having sickness, or you can't eat them all by yourself. So no matter how good the business is, it cannot be successful unless it is marketed properly. Experts recommend finding marketing opportunities before you begin your business. Your business cannot be profitable if you are not able to make your poultry and create an income. If you find you are able to sell your poultry product easily, you'll be able to grow your business quickly. Okay, so the next point we are going to is organic skincare. Okay, this is a very lengthy list that we've been coming through. Okay, thank you for holding on this for now. Let's move on to the organic skincare products. Learning everything you can. That is the first point we are going to talk about. When launching a skincare line, focus on the type of products you want to make. For example, you can make soaps, bath salts, aromatherapy blends, lotions, and some combinations of products. It is important to choose a hero product that is supported by a few extra products. Okay, a hero product is the main product that you sell. No matter what products you decide to make, it is important to learn as much as you can about it. You can start by looking for books and online sources such as the From Nature with Love website. If you are available in your location, take classes with qualified instructors. Formula Botanica is a great example, and there's so many ways you can go about that, but learning the rudiment, it is very important. Now the next point is legal requirements to run your business. The requirement to open a handmade cosmetics business are similar to any other businesses. The biggest difference is that the cosmetics are regulated. So if you are going into it, be very careful and ensure that you speak to the regular authorities to get a certificate if needed. Okay, you don't want to get sanctioned in the middle of your business. The next point we are looking into is manufacturing your products. If you are starting at home, you need to purchase the proper equipment to make your skincare products. In many cases, you can use your kitchen as your workspace. If you plan to make clay facials, you can probably use spoons and mixing bowls you already have in your kitchen. However, if you plan on making soaps, you need additional equipment such as the soap molds. Okay, and look for bulk suppliers for the ingredients to make your products. For both your equipment and supply need, check out websites such as Making Cosmetics and AdMix. Marketing your skincare products. The first step to successfully making your skincare product is to choose a business name and logo. It should resonate with your target customers. It must be easy to spell and not already in use. Okay, one way to check if your desired name exists is through the web or the internet. You can just type your name into the search box and see if it is registered or if it is taken already. Okay, you might consider setting up a website. Okay, a skincare parties, hold the at-home skincare parties where you have people try your samples. Sell wholesales, visit local health stores such as spas and beauty salons. Okay, so these are the places you can market your product easily. Now the next point, okay, we are moving into is snail farming. Now I have a content on snail farm lately on my website right here. So if you think you want to know more about snail farming, you can just come to Slow Hustle right here. Now before I forget, if you like this content, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment on what you think we need to add to the list, or of any correction or contribution, and do not forget to subscribe. Okay, so many good content will be coming your way, so we'll be very happy if you can subscribe to this channel. So I created a content on snail farming about a week ago, so you can just check it out. Okay, so before, let's head back to our last point, which is farming. Okay, the second to the last, okay, which is farming. Now in farming you need an appropriate soil. Okay, the snails, those slow guys, they have their own type of soil that they flourish on, which is the sandy loamy soil. The next thing is their housing. Okay, those guys need a proper housing to stay in. Okay, they look gentle, but if they find a way of escaping, they tend to wander about a lot. The next thing is feeding. Of course, you can't keep your snail fasting. Okay, those guys, they don't fast. They need to eat something to survive or to thrive. So you can work well on their feeding. Now the video I showed you the other time, it is very important you watch it so you know more about the snail breeding. And the next one is snail breed. We have different type of breed. We have the Achatina and so many of them. So read up on whichever breed you want to start farming, so that you won't have many difficulties about it on your way up. And the next thing is safety. Okay, those slow guys, they are prone to attack. You don't have to open up their houses to termites, to insects that can disturb them. Okay, they can easily prey on them, and you don't want that. So the next thing, okay, that is their safety that we've spoken about. Okay, now there's this video I created about custom design shirt also. Okay, you might not even need any capital to start this custom design shirts. This is the video right here. Now it has not gotten good numbers of views, but it is underestimated at this moment because it is a very good venture. And if you watch this video to this point, do not go nowhere without watching this video right here. Okay, watch this video. It is very important for you. So thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. I know it's a very lengthy list. Thank you for hanging around. God bless you, and see you in the next video.